Last night was so funny, ha ha ha.
Welcome back to our podcast, Terms and Conditions May Apply. I'm Maya.
And I'm Janis.
Let's get right into it. Okay.
All right.
So today, a little more of a serious topic today. However, I think it's a necessary one.
Fair enough.
As two women starting a business together, I think it's a necessary topic to talk about. So we're going to talk about women's issues today in today's society.
Yeah. But first, we painted yesterday.
We're going to show you guys. We hope you like them. I have a little smudge on mine, but I still like it.
That's okay. I'll show you guys mine. I made this one yesterday.
Go closer. Yeah.
It's just some flowers.
Very pretty.
So super cute.
Show your other one.
But then I got bored and I made another one. I'm not like that proud of this one, but you know.
I think it's pretty.
It's okay.
Janice had extra time because I procrastinated editing our last episode, so I was editing and she was painting. Then once I was done editing, I got to paint. So this is the one I did. My room is blue, so I was trying to go with like blues, a little green because green's my favorite color, but there's a leaf in the middle of it.
There's a leaf.
Yeah, I don't know if they can. There's a leaf. Anyway, that's what we did yesterday. Other than other stuff, we did a lot of things yesterday.
Yeah, we did quite a bit.
That was like
what a tiring day.
The end of our day.
Yeah.
Anyway,
well,
here was that. Anyway, so okay, getting into the topic, women today. I feel like there's a lot that we could talk about here, but we picked like 4 main topics to go through. And I wanted to bring up one that's been like on TikTok going viral, and like it's a conversation that a lot of people have been having. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna ask Janice first because why not? So the topic that we're talking about first is, again, it went viral on TikTok. It's kind of been talking about.
Can we say that we had this conversation yesterday?
We have had this conversation, and this is what sparked the idea of like talking about this today, because I think, again, it's an important topic. It's a bit of a serious one, but anyway. So the question that went viral on TikTok: would you rather be alone with a man or a bear in the woods?
Okay, when Maya asked me this yesterday, I sat there and I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, a bear. But then I was like, but wait, do I know the man? And she's like, no.
I think the whole point is like a random, just any man.
Yeah.
Like,
so I'm like, okay, because like now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, okay, but like first of all, like why would I be in the woods with a man? Like, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're camping.
What's the context?
Unless you're camping, you know what I mean?
No,
so,
I
like,
think it's just like you just like. Just
but yeah, like say you're like okay, for example, like even if it, like it doesn't have to be like the woods in the middle of nowhere. Like say you're like going for a walk in like a trail. You know what I mean? Like
would you rather happen, and like, let's say there's no, it's a long trail, like a hiking, like 5K long trail. There's no one else there. You're completely alone. Would you rather stumble upon a bear or stumble upon a man?
Oh, most definitely a bear. Most definitely. Even if I was with a group of people, like say like we were all, like us and our friends. Like just say like it was 4 girls. You know what I mean? Like 100%. I would much rather it be a bear.
Yeah. I think that's so sad.
And I wasn't thinking about it like that until I was like, oh wait, like is it a random man? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Because obviously, like if it was men in our lives that we like trust or love or whatever.
Or like what if you were on a hiking trail with a man, like with someone who you
it's like
with purposely.
It's just
No, a random man, I would be terrified.
I'd rather be with a bear.
I would run away.
I also heard this quote from another podcast, but I don't know where she got the quote from, but they were saying that you can, at the end of the day, you can trust a bear to be a bear, but you can't trust a human man to be humane.
Yes. And
it's like, that's so sad, because at the end of the day, what's the bear gonna do? It's either gonna kill you or you know what I mean?
Like there is,
and there's also, that there's certain things you can do to like,
at least I'll die with dignity.
Yeah, like, but at the end, like,
that's
it's
awful to say.
Oh, and you know what else I saw too while this was like trending and going viral on TikTok? I saw like this statistic. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like, oh, you're like it's like the odds of you getting attacked by a bear are like 1 in 100, but 1 in every like 5 women have been assaulted by a man.
That's insane.
So like,
I actually saw this TikTok earlier today.
Crazy.
Let me. Oh, that's for a different time. My bad. Sorry, this wasn't like I thought it had to do with this topic. It could be, but like it's more for a different topic.
We'll cut that out anyway.
Yeah. Anyways,
but yeah, so I think that's like a perfect like kind of like start to this episode and talking about like, oh my god, I had like a tiny little burp. I hope the mic didn't pick it up because it was in my throat. But I think that was like the perfect like intro to this topic about how like, and now no one can argue with us in this because it's been talked about so much and debated so much online, and more like so many women, the majority of the women who have answered this question have said the bear.
Yeah.
And like
That's
it's been talked, and to be honest, when this trend, or like not, it's not even a trend, when this question was going around, people just kept saying the bear, the bear. So I was like so confused, and then finally I stumbled upon like someone asking a woman the question, and I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about. And it's so sad how many women said they'd rather be alone with a bear. And
yeah,
it's just like, what else can I say? What else can I say?
Like anyway, like you know what I mean? Like just I find in general, like just even it doesn't even have to be in the woods.
It literally just down the street.
Yeah. Like okay, for example, today I literally went for a walk
without me. I
walked to the store.
Go do your hair. I'll just leave and not tell you.
Did I not come back?
Well, obviously I'm at your house.
Okay. Anyways, it's midday, like it's light outside, there's people around. I would just walk to the store, okay? I was literally like there's like baseball. I walked through the park to go to the store and whatever. And there's a whole bunch of people in the park, you know, like playing baseball, but it's a bunch of old men. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And of course, like you can already tell, like you know you're getting looked at. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, like, and it's not even like I was wearing anything like revealing or anything like that. Just being a girl in general is so hard because men just look, okay. Then I go to this store, I get my drink, you know, I'm walking home, and this car honks at me, and then he's like, no, I felt bad, but I don't know, maybe he just said this because to say it to like you know, make himself look better, but he's like, oh my god, I thought you were my niece from behind. He goes, I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay, I'm like, it's fine, and he just kept driving, but like, you know what I mean, like, but even if it wasn't him, like it could have been someone else, and like they're just honking to honk. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's happened to me so many times. Standing at the bus stop.
You know what's even crazier is that happen like when it happens to girls and like younger, like in high school, like
that happened to me. It happened to me all the time. I remember one time I was walking home from like my boyfriend at the time. I was walking home from his house. He didn't live that far from me, but I was in high school, and I honestly think I was wearing my high school uniform. Ugh. And it was a van, and there was 4 men in it.
Oh my god.
Grown men, and they honked at me, and I was walking down the street. I cried. I was like 16. I cried.
Like I love going for walks, but like I like will only walk during the day. But my whole point is like, you know, like no matter what time of day it is, like they like men are gonna look and they're gonna give you that nod of approval, and it's like, well, I never asked for it.
Yeah,
you know,
I really don't need your approval.
And I'm like, no one cares about your opinion.
No, seriously though, even the amount of times I've been standing at a bus stop and like I see guys like stare at me, or like again, I've had them honk at me, and I'm like, ew, like literally I'm just like, I'm at a bus stop, I'm trying to go either to work, to school, whatever it was where I was going, and it's just like so, and then they're like, well, I meant it as a compliment, and I'm like, well, if you were alone, like, but that's what I mean, they don't have that mentality because men never have to be scared to be alone. They don't.
That's true.
Like, okay, maybe at night, like when a man's walking down the street, he's like, oh, like if like, but so then I can't tell you if they have that mentality, like if I get attacked or if I get murdered, but like, what's sad is we don't, like, men don't have to have that mentality, whereas women have to have that mentality.
You always have to be thinking about it. Yeah. I remember one time I was like walking. Okay, so I was walking to meet my friend somewhere, and usually when I'm on a walk, I'll like be on the phone with someone in case something does happen, then at least, like, you know, someone knows where I am and everything. I literally will tell my friends, I'm like, this is what I'm wearing, this is where I'm going, and so if anyone with that description goes missing, it's me. No, but I'm not even joking. I was walking down the street once, and ever since this, I always walk against traffic, ever since this incident. Like, this could have been anything. It literally didn't have, like, my mind went straight to, like, this person's trying to, like, take me, you know what I mean? But okay, so I'm walking down the street, whatever. I'm on the phone with my friend. I'm walking, and then all of a sudden, and it's a busy street. It's not like there's parking on the street. It's not something that like people just stop on and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I'm walking down the street, and this car just like pulls over and like stops and puts on their hazards. And I'm like, okay.
Was that not when we were together?
No, this was a different time.
Do you remember the one we were together?
Yes. Like, oh,
okay,
yeah, we'll talk about
yeah.
that one after, yeah. So this car pulls over, puts on his hazards, and I was like, okay. And I'm on the phone with my friend, and I was like, okay, this car just stopped. But it stopped like a few feet in front of me. So it was like, you know, like they didn't stop right beside me. They stopped like a few feet in front of me. But as if I kept walking, like I'd walk past them, right? So I'm like, okay, I was on the phone. I'm like, okay, like this is what just happened. I literally turned around and started walking the other way. As soon as I turned around and started walking the other way, hazards came off, car pulled away. So I was like, okay, like, was that my brain telling me, like, this is something that's happening? But, like, my thing is like, I wanted to give this person the benefit of the doubt. What if it was an Uber Eats? What if it was an Uber picking someone up? Because there's houses on the street, even though it's a busy street, like, they're going to stop and, like, you know, like, what if someone had to come out and get the Uber? Whatever it was, right? But my point is, like, you know, it could have been anything. What if they were just putting directions in? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what if they were lost? Like, you know, but at the end of the day, my instinct was to turn around, walk the other way. Yeah. So as soon as I turned around, walk the other way. Yeah, and they were gone. Point is, whether or not whatever they were doing was shady or not, that's not the point. The point is that us as women have to have that instinct, because 100%. Just because that person in that scenario may not have been doing something shady doesn't mean someone else like it doesn't mean that it wouldn't happen to us, because it does happen. You know what I mean? Like, trafficking is so real. Like, it happens so much more than anybody talks about, and like, women going missing is so real. Do you know what I mean? It's
so
scary.
And the same thing happened one time. We were walking down the street, and this car pulled up. Like, we were walking towards the light, but there was no crosswalk. It was just like sidewalk on our side.
But like, you can cross to go the other side.
Yeah, pulls over, and it was kind of just before the light, so we didn't think of anything of it. We walked past, we like just like kind of like glanced at the person.
What was even more weird was the fact that it was a green light and they were stopped.
Yeah.
And I was like,
right in front of the light. So then we like glanced in, and it was this like man, like middle-aged man, and we like just looked away and kept walking.
And this man was staring.
He like, pulled back, remember? And then as we were walking ahead of him, he pulled beside us, rolled his window down, and like went to talk to I grabbed Janice, and I turned around and started walking the other way, and then he sped off mad. Yeah. And I was like, ew, first of all, like, no, we're not going to talk to you. He like, oh my gosh, it was just so gross, and the way he sped off mad was horrifying.
Do you want to hear something that happened to you one time too?
What?
Like, the same street we were walking on, coming from the same place.
Of course.
So funny. Okay, so I was like, this was back when I was in high school, and it was late at night. It wasn't late at night, but it was dark.
That's the first red flag.
Okay, well, my friends were hooligans, so like, what can I say? So anyways, me and my one friend, like, we were walking back to my house from like up the street. We're walking down the street, and again, like, it's a busier street, like, you know, but we're walking with traffic, so like, people see you from behind, and they're gonna like stop and like whatever, you know. Yeah. But if you're walking against traffic on the sidewalk, then if someone wants to stop and talk to you, they have to literally make a U-turn. Yeah. And like turn around, and then like, you know what I mean, like, to see you again, like all that kind of stuff. So anyways, my point is, we're walking down the street, right? This car pulls over and goes, like, can I ask you a question? I literally looked at I screamed at the car. I'm like, no. I looked at my friend. I'm like, we're running. Like, we ran down the street, and there's like these guys like up the street a bit. I'm like, we're just gonna walk right behind them, because I'm like, if someone comes, I'm like, at least we'll pretend we're with them. So like, then we're like with a group of people, you know what I mean? Because it's just two girls walking down the street. Yeah. But at least these guys were they were like guys like closer to our age, and like, they weren't creepy and weird. Yeah. So I'm like, at least if something happens, like, someone's gonna see something happen.
Yeah, like, they'll be there to see it happen. Yeah.
And like, again, like, the road wasn't that busy because it was later at night, so like, you know, even if something did happen, not a lot of people would have seen. Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, like, and
that street is dark at night. Like, the street lights on that street are not that nice.
Well, and like, there's a lot of trees on that side of the road. Yeah. So that's why the light doesn't really show on the sidewalk. It's just more on the road, right?
Yeah. Scary. Yeah. And also, you know what also is scary? Like, I feel like, especially in this city where we are, I honestly feel like if there's not a lot of people who would see someone getting hurt and stop and help. Maybe in this area here, like this neighborhood, because this neighborhood is very like close and whatever, but like how many times have we seen videos of people in the TTC getting attacked and no one does anything?
I know, it's insane.
And it's like
It's
a busy
insane.
it's a busy TTC car. There's people there. It's not, you know what I mean? Like,
But then again, like I get it from both sides. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like why wouldn't you step in and help? But at the same time, like, you don't know how that person's gonna turn around and react on you.
yeah, but then that's the point. Is my point is 100%. Especially, okay, again, especially as a woman, I'd be so scared to step in and help.
Yeah.
But the point is, why, if it's if there's 40, 50 people in the car and there's one person attacking another
That's true.
person, why is, there's only going to be one person to help?
Yeah.
So you're telling me all of those people are sitting there watching, and there's all those people, you're telling me there's not at least 5 or 6 men who can't take that one person down?
That's true.
Whether or not
That's
they
true,
have
too.
a
Yeah.
weapon, like if they had a gun, 100%, press the emergency call button, wait for authorities, wait for like actual like professional people to come in and do something. But if they're just in someone's face, they don't have any weapons on them, like they don't have a knife in their hand, they don't have a gun in their hand,
Then, yeah.
why are you letting them harass somebody?
Yeah.
Like, I think that's so crazy
Oh my
that
God.
it's like a bystander city now.
Yeah.
No one does anything to help anybody.
Speaking of the bus, okay, back in the day, like when I didn't have my license and like my friends took the bus, I never took the bus even when I didn't drive, but when I had to with my friends. One day, me and my friend, when we were on our way home from like school, why did I have to say we were on my way home from like school? Like, really?
Well, you just said like really, so.
Anyways, okay, we were on our way home from school, and we're on the bus. The bus was pretty empty, okay? And okay, so you know how like there's like the middle, okay, we're at the back, and there's the middle, and there's like two seats, like that, right?
Yeah.
So I'm on one side and she's on the other, and like my bag's on the chair beside me, and her bag's on the chair beside her, and you know how you're like just leaning, chilling, whatever, right?
Yeah.
This guy comes on the bus, and this guy, like, I think you would know who he was, like, if you saw him, just because he's, like, a really weird guy, but, like, he used to hang around where we play baseball.
Okay.
Like, really shady, kind of weird.
I think I know who you're talking about.
He has issues, but,
I think
like,
he yelled at my brother one time. I think I know who
way
you're
back
talking
when,
about.
remember?
Yes, okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Okay, so anyways, like, this guy, like, so I knew who he was because I'd seen him around the baseball park and stuff. So I'm like, okay, like I know he's harmless because, you know, but it was still really weird. So he walks onto the bus, walks to, like, where I was sitting, looks at my bag, looks at me, like, as if he wants me to move it. I'm like, there's, like, 50 other seats available, and you want to sit right beside me? Literally, I'm like, okay.
I would have just taken my bag and got to the back of the bus or something.
I moved my bag and then immediately pulled to the next stop and got off. But I mean, it was a stop before my stop anyways.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, it wasn't like far from home.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is just so weird. I'm like, why? Like, but why?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Do you remember my Subway story with my brother's girlfriend?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was so
That was
crazy.
weird.
I was shaking. Okay, and normally I'm the kind of person who will like not fight people, but I'll like be like either I'll make the
You'll
moves,
give them the
I'll make the
attitude.
moves, or I'll like be like, please don't talk to me. Like, I'll say those things. This instance, I completely froze. And my brother's girlfriend, we went to school together at the time. So we were riding the subway together, and we were sitting in like the seats facing forward, and then the guy sat the seats facing sideways. He sat there and he started to stare at us and like whatever, and then he started to talk to us. I honestly can't remember some of the stuff he said. I think he was telling us we were pretty, and then he was asking us like if we were had boyfriends and stuff like that, and then she grabbed my hand and we're like, no, we're girlfriends, she's my girlfriend, she's beautiful, right, kind of thing, whatever. And then he was saying like he had a job interview and stuff. It was so weird. He definitely wasn't like completely like all there because of like just how he talked. I was frozen the whole time. I don't think I said a single word. I was so like, what is going on, you know what I mean? And that's never happened to me before. But anyway, he kept going on, and then he was saying like that we should go out for coffee. He was like, you guys, we should be friends, we should go for coffee, like, where are you guys going? And we're like, oh, we're just going like out, because we didn't want to say we're going home, because what if he followed us, right? And then he was like, oh, well, we should go for coffee. And then my friend was like, oh, no, thank you, like, no, we're okay, thanks for going, whatever. And then he was like, his face changed, like he looked like he got mad. He was like, well, you know, people are gonna follow you home, like someone's gonna follow you. He's like, there's someone here who wants to hurt you, and they're gonna follow you home. And then he goes, I think I should follow you home to make sure that you get there safe. And then again, she was like, no, thank you. and whatever. And
That is terrifying.
I was so uncomfortable. And he sat there for a while, and then he got up and started talking. Like, he started walking around and, like, stopping and talking to people and stopping and talking to people. And I whispered to her, I was like, we need to get off at the next stop. So we got off at the next subway stop, and we got off and we looked at each other and we're like, what the heck just happened?
That's terrifying.
I've
never had
shaking.
something like that. Like,
yeah. Because he, as soon as we said no thank you to the coffee, his face just changed. And he was
okay, that's another big thing
so
too.
Scary.
Like being a woman and saying like no to a man. You know what I mean? Because you don't know how they're gonna react.
Yeah.
Like depending on like what it is, but you know what I mean? Like it's like
having to explain that to the men in your life is so crazy.
No, literally.
Having to explain it to my ex.
Literally.
Explaining it to my ex where like the thing is people are like, don't give him your number. But here's the thing, this is my thing, like even if I didn't have a boyfriend, saying I have a boyfriend never ever ever stops a guy from talking to me.
Yeah.
Never stops a guy from talking to me, especially if he is a bad kind of guy, like out in public, in the club. Well, we don't go to the club, but in the bar, whatever.
Yeah.
Like if they come up to us and ask me for my number, I will either like. But the thing is, you give them a fake number, they text you right away. They're like, okay, let me text or call you so you have mine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, huh? So like when I was in a relationship with my ex, he was like, well, why would you give them your number? I was like, because when they text me after I leave, I can block them right away.
Yeah.
I was like, however, if I say I have a boyfriend, they say, I don't care about that, and continue to harass me. If I give them a fake number and they drop call it or text it in front of me to make sure it's my actual number, then I give them a fake number and they get mad and they call me a or whatever they do.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Whatever it is that they do. But at the end of the day, you never, ever, 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 ever know how they're about to react.
Yeah, I know. Like,
you never know how they react.
Scary.
It's
like, no, but not even just like giving them your number. Like in general, like maybe it's even someone like you've been hanging out with, and it's like all of a sudden like
you're just not feeling it.
Yeah, and it's like how that's another thing. It's like okay, you start seeing someone, you're talking to them, whatever, and it's like all of a sudden you just don't feel like
like if you just
how you were feeling before.
Like what if it's just not a match? What if you're just not feeling the same way?
And then like what if I want to say like like I want to end things in there,
or like
oh
I think we're better as friends. Like even if you want to be nice about it, you say we're better as friends. Men go crazy.
I know,
and it's like
well like.
I had the decency to tell you the truth instead of like just stopping talking to you or whatever, which is what most men will do.
Yeah, that's true too. Most men will just ghost you. Also, like very persistent men. Like if I like if you're like new to my life, don't try to insert yourself into my life already. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like if you're doing too much.
It's like okay, let me get to know you, let me hang out with you before you want to like come around things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this guy was like, oh, let me come watch you play baseball. And I was like, I don't know because the people that I play baseball with, first of all, like they know me. Like these are my people. These
I also
are people
don't like when guys act like they know people in my life just because I've talked about them.
Oh, 100%.
Like that's weird.
100%.
Like you don't know them.
Right? I'm like I'll like when I talk about my friends, like I'll explain them by name eventually. Yeah. Just so that way when I'm telling a story, I'm like, this is this person, this is this person. Yeah. So then it's easier to tell a story, like not my friend this, my friend that. Okay, this friend this way, you know what I mean? So that way I can name drop, but like if they ever were like, oh well like da da da, and I'd be like, you don't even know my friends.
Yeah.
Like anyways.
It's a little too much sometimes. Yeah, I don't like that. But then again, you know what's so funny? I say I don't like that, but my ex took years to start talking to my friends. Like, I remember one time he was so rude to my friends at school. Like, he came to see me after school, and me and my friends after class were just eating something, and he was like waiting outside. I was like, just come inside and like sit with us. Like, we're just eating food. Like,
oh my God.
And he came inside, and he sat near me, not beside me, like and did not say hi to any of my friends.
My ex was like that too.
But
like,
ew,
didn't
like
talk to
so,
any of
and my friends were looking at me like
no effort in.
Yeah, and I was like, aren't you gonna? And I was so upset about it because it was just so like. And then my friends were like, "What's wrong with this guy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "You look so rude."
And like, I mean, I can relate to that too because my ex did the same thing, and I was so friendly with his friends, always like talking to them, being very like, you know what I mean, like, always just like included like we were always like, and they always included me too. Yeah. And my friends were like you being my friend, you know.
I always said hi to him.
My friends are very inclusive. Like if we're in a group, like they'll have a conversation with you, all that kind of stuff. So it's like if I'm bringing around my friends, like, and you're gonna disrespect them like that, then I can't be with you because first of all, like, these are my people. Yeah. These are like the people I spend every day with, all the time, and if you're not going to get along with them and you can't be around them and me at the same time, then that's an issue.
Yeah, and you know what I think?
Because eventually I would want to be able to take them out when we're all out together. Yeah.
But my thing is too, like, I feel like, you know, when you're in high school and, like, you get a boyfriend and, like, you spend more time with him and you're like, oh, and your friends are like, and you, like, always put your boyfriend first. But the thing is, to me now as an adult, like, if my boyfriend can't get along with my friends, then how is he going to get along with me? Like, because I'm like, I'm 100% myself around my friends. Like, all the time. 100% myself. And if he can't get along with my friends who love me for who I am, like,
then how
am I going to be 100% myself around him?
You? Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so if he can't see my dynamic with my friends, see how my friends are with me, and enjoy that and enjoy their company as well, how's he going to enjoy my company? Because that's who I am, is when I'm with my friends. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
Not true.
I totally agree.
She just used her toe on my laptop, guys.
I have socks on.
Anyway.
I show my feet every episode, guys.
And I do a
wind it up.
But I feel like now's not the right time.
Okay.
Well, no, you know what? Wind it up to all the guys who wouldn't like my friends. Wind it up. Say hi to my friends. Be nice to my friends. But also, if you haven't met them, don't act like you know them, because that's weird. So, she said two ends of the spectrum. She said, don't act like you know my friends if you don't know them. But also, don't be rude to them.
Right?
Like, but that's not a lot to ask, I don't think.
I don't think so.
Anyway. Okay, moving on to... I don't want to say this word because I feel like people, it's sad, but people get triggered by this.
I get triggered by it though.
Because
I won't lie.
It's become this thing where it's so extreme that it's so uncomfortable to talk about, and it shouldn't be, because how it started was such good intentions.
Okay, I get what you're saying and I agree with it, but I am on that side where, like, the word is triggering because of the way women...
The extremists.
Yeah. Like,
we were talking about feminism here. And I feel like, you know what? Also, remember our last episode, we were talking about TikTok and those micro communities, and people really, I think this is a product of social media, how extreme feminism has become. But I consider myself a feminist. However, I consider myself a feminist because I believe in a woman's right to choose what she wants for herself in every aspect of her life.
Okay.
And that's why I consider myself a feminist. I don't consider myself a feminist like, oh, everybody has to be a girl boss, everybody, or like the weird ones where they're like, oh, I don't even know
the ones that preach too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, but also like for the wrong things.
Reasons.
Like, I just believe that a woman has the right to do whatever the heck she wants because she is a person. At the end of the day, women are people, and women have minds, women have conscious minds, women have emotions, women have, you know what I mean? And we have the right to choose what we want for ourselves, and no one can tell us, and even other women shouldn't be able to tell us what we want for ourselves.
I agree.
And that's what I think feminism should be about.
100%. And, like, because, yeah, like, I do find, like, other women will have an opinion on other women. Yeah, like, you know what I mean?
I feel like
we should work together, but, like, I feel like a lot of women work against women, too.
That's so true. Women, it's, like, it's hard because we talk about how much, like, women are... I don't want to say oppressed, but it is oppression in a way by men. But at the same time, like on a day-to-day basis and a like daily way, so many women hate on other women. And it's so sad. It's honestly so sad because we, like, in our lives, who would understand your problems as a woman more than another woman?
Yeah.
So it's like true. Just so depressing that like so many women hate on other women. And I find a lot of older women hate on younger women.
Oh, 100%.
So much so.
100%.
Especially in, what's our next topic? The workplace.
Oh yes. Being a young girl in the workplace, like in a full-time position, that sounded so weird. Anyways.
But it's just where you are though, because full-timers in other industries and in other things, a lot of them are young. Like corporate?
No, I agree because like moving up into the new position.
It's a retail thing.
Okay,
because when I worked at the makeup store, that's a good way to say it without saying the name. But when I worked at the makeup store, it was the older women always hating on the younger women. That's where the drama came from.
Yeah.
But yeah, what we are trying to say about women in the workplace is there's a lot of double standards. There's a lot of women hate on women, which is sad. But also like there's double standards in the sense that like when it comes to like harassment and stuff like that, women get blamed for a lot of things when men are the one who instigated the situation.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And that happens from other women, that happens from higher up men, like it happens.
Yeah.
Or even if it was like, let's say a double standard where, let's say the man was the boss and he had an affair or had a workplace relationship, it's more likely to be like turn the other cheek, or like we'll look the other way about it because whatever. But if it was a woman
in
in the boss's position having an
affair
relationship with an employee, it's much more looked down
upon. That is awful.
So there's a lot of double standards like that in the workplace, which are really sad.
Yeah.
Like I could think of so many right now. But anyway, so our last topic is the TikTok. Being a woman and seeing these trends that guys do on TikTok, like it's
men are trash.
Again, we're two women who are single, who hopefully in the future will find a partner for ourselves. But we see these trends on TikTok where they're like, staring at your girlfriend and she's telling you she loves you, but you're thinking about all the girls you cheated on her with this week. Like those things. Sorry, what?
That's wild. No, but like, have you ever been with like, okay, like with your boyfriend or like with someone and you're like, damn, like I really like this person, and then you're like thinking about how many girls he's probably talking to
on the side?
Yeah, not even like your boyfriend, but like just say like in general, like someone that you're.
Oh, I constantly think that now that I'm single and I talk to people, or if I'm talking to
how many other girls is this guy talking to?
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't ask.
Okay, I won't lie, low-key in love with a man that I've been talking to forever. And I'm like, okay, but like, how many other girls is he talking to right now?
Well, how many guys are you talking to?
Anyways. Point is, he's blocked and he's out of my life. So.
That's what I have to tell myself. Do you know what I mean? It's like, okay, how many girls is this guy talking to? But am I talking to other guys as well? So I can't be mad.
No, but yes, I agree 100%, because if you want...
I'm not talking to a lot of men, but I'm just saying in general.
But if you want something more serious with someone, or you want to build something with them, then you have to have that conversation.
You have to communicate that.
You have to be like, listen, like, yes, I may have been talking to other people before, and like up until now, but like I feel this way about our situation.
And I'm ready to give them up.
No, like 100% though, because that's what. Like,
no, she said I don't want to talk to anybody else. I want to talk to you. Only you.
Exactly, yeah. But I don't want. But the thing is, I don't want to only be talking to that one person if they're talking to other people.
This conversation of not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah, no, I get that, but like when you find someone and you're like, okay, I want to actually pursue this person, and like, okay, maybe you're not boyfriend girlfriend, but like maybe you're exclusive, maybe you're,
that's also like confusing to me,
testing it out. Like, well, you have to get to know someone, and like honestly, I haven't had a relationship since like I got into a relationship in high school, so like, obviously it's like, oh, I like you too, okay, let's be boyfriend girlfriend, you know what I mean? It's not like that now. Okay, I would much rather be in a situation where, okay, maybe you're exclusive with this person, you get to know them, you take the time to like learn about them, and then see if you like them. Because why would I want to be dating someone like exclusively, like boyfriend girlfriend, like label it and all that kind of stuff, if I don't even know this person yet? Okay, maybe I won't talk to other people, and they won't talk to other people, but get to know each other, and then if things work out, then it works out. Otherwise, then like, okay,
then go talk to other people again.
Then go talk to other people again, and there's no like
But you know what else is harder? Like having to get to, like, in high school, again, so much easier because you also saw those people every day. So you did know them, and you did get to like them before you even knew that you liked them.
And I feel like this takes it back to the workplace thing. Is like when you work with people every day, it's like school. When you work with people every day, you see them every day too. I feel like you develop a crush on people, or you meet new people.
So many people meet at work though. Yeah. Like my parents met at work.
A lot of people do. Like you're like, oh, where'd you meet? Oh, we met at work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like a lot of people meet at work. But then it's like, well, I mean, if you're in the same like level of position, it's not that bad. But when there's like a stagger, one person's higher than the other, then that's where it gets kind of shady. Yeah. But also, as someone who just experienced a messy workplace, not a relationship, but a messy workplace interaction, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to ever meet anyone at work. That is so
Yeah, I kind of like
messy
to keep work
it's
away
too
from
messy,
that too.
Honestly.
Especially because if you guys do have a falling out and it's a bad one, then you have to
wasn't even a falling out. It's just like knowing that I might have to go back next year seasonally.
No, but like I've had like falling outs with people at work before.
Side eye.
Okay. Anyways,
I don't even know what else to say. Like, at the end of the day, we're women. At the end of the day,
We're scared.
We're scared.
I'm scared to be outside.
We're alone. We're scared. We're shaking in our boots, and that's that. Thanks for coming. Goodbye.
Anyways, okay. So yeah, like no, like literally, I think men need to think about how they treat women a little more.
And I really, really, really think that men also just need to not be creepy.
That's what I mean.
Like how
just like
you aren't
think
taught,
before you act. I feel like a lot of men don't think before they act.
Yeah, and you're not taught. Like, who taught you to act this way?
Also,
not your mother, not your father. I hope not your father. But like, I
feel like we're sitting here on men though.
No, we're not. But we talked about how women hate on women too. We talked about how not all okay, I don't think we need to say this, but not all men are like that. But I feel like there's always that one person who's offended, being like, not all men are like, I'm not like that. Well, no, first of all, if you have to say that, then you are like that. But if you're offended, then you are like that. If you feel targeted by this, then you need to look in the mirror. But however, I will say it, disclaimer, we're not generalized. Not all men are like that. It's just there's a large portion of men that make women feel this way, or there's a large portion of men who assault women on the street, or assault women in bars, or assault women out at the workplace. So that's all I have to say. That's all I have to say. Bye. Take the mic off.
Okay, anyways.
But yeah.
That was a very, very deep topic though. Like, we may have laughed at it and all, but all jokes aside, like, it is a serious issue in today's society.
And it always will be. Yeah. It's never gonna go away. I'm sorry.
I mean, even before us, like, it was still a thing. You know what I mean?
And like, there has been progress, obviously. Like, women can vote now. Nice. Women can work now. Nice. You know, all that stuff. But like, at the end of the day, and also women can work, period, but I don't want to work. I want to be a stay-at-home.
Yeah, I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
I want to be a stay-at-home wife. Or I don't even know if I want to be a wife. I just want to be stay-at-home. I honestly just want to stay home.
Me too. Like, I just want to I
want to go to the gym in the morning, come home, cook a cute meal, even if it's just for myself.
100%. I agree. Like,
Janice and I will buy houses next door to each other.
I want to be paid to stay at home, so I can be a stay-at-home.
You want to be paid?
I want to be paid to stay at home because
that'd be lovely.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that at all.
Man,
guys, pop off the podcast. No, I'm just kidding.
She's joking.
I'm joking. But yeah, no, really and truly, I just feel that it's hard out there.
Girl power.
Girl power. Women are so much stronger than we are giving credit for. So that's it. That's all.
Okay, anyways, thanks for coming.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And tomorrow we'll have a more uplifting not tomorrow. Oh my god. Next week we'll have a more uplifting topic.
Well, if you have any ideas, let us know. But yeah, we want to do something a little different today. A little more serious.
Yeah, a little more serious, a little more deep. Just because we've been joking around and having a good time.
Yeah, we wanted to show you guys that, like,
we can't be serious.
We're also smart.
Okay. Anyways, see you next time.
Bye.